on ttalk, train of thought with a series of nuggets with Dr. Sequeira, CEO of Head and Neck Cancer Institute of India. It's a great insights to what we are getting as far as the professional life which is concerned. So now, what are the professional characteristics according to you, like which should be there, like?
See, when we go out there in organizations and work, or whether we get into any kind of service industry or become professionals, there are certain things that you got to keep in mind. The foremost about that is the way you look. Now one may say that this is perception and it really doesn't matter, and I also say that many a times, but the way you look has a very, very important impact on the customer. It always talks a lot about your profession. You should have a well-groomed look. You should appear professional. You should be in line with what your professional demands, etc. If I would ask you, what do you mean by professionalism, what would you say?
Having insights of relevant professional?
Correct. Suppose मैं आपका दूध वाला हूँ, and I consider myself as a good दूध वाला, and I call myself Neil professional दूध वाला. What is your expectation from me?
To understand about the quality of and product what you're giving.
Very good. And to ensure that every day in the morning you get milk.
Correct.
अगर मैं कितना भी प्रोफेशनलिज्म की बात करूं और आपको मैं टाइम पे क्वालिटी एंड क्वांटिटी जो आपको चाहिए, if I am unable to give you that milk in the morning for your cup of tea, there is no point.
There's no point.
If that milk which comes is of bad quality, there is no point. So reliability is the most important attribute of a profession.
Okay.
When I talk to my subordinates and I give them a particular job, whether they are great professionals or they are not, purely depends upon the fact whether they are able to deliver to me that thing on time.
Correct.
So I always state that great professionals always under promise and they over deliver.
Correct.
Right? That is a great characteristic of a professional. Another important characteristic is emotional control. Yeah, you cannot be too angry, you cannot be too happy, you should have a very, very good balance of your emotions. On a good day as well as on a bad day. There are sometimes professionals on a bad day just go berserk. Everybody in the organization knows they are upset. They shout, they yell, they create a ruckus. But that's not professionalism.
Correct.
Right? I have spoken about this before. A great professional also needs to follow some ethical paradigms. And that goes hand in hand with the organization. Another great characteristic is being organized. And that is, honestly, I'm terrible when it comes to organizing. I'll tell you probably what I should have been. You should have a proper diary, you should know exactly what your schedules are, and you should have your papers, etc. in the right place. And I've seen some great professionals who are amazing when it comes to organization. They can pull up a paper from a pile of papers and they have it all here in their head. Another important attribute is using communication and language professionally. Right? Whether it's with your customers, whether it's with your colleagues, your seniors, your superiors, your board members. As a professional, you should know what kind of language to use, at what points of time, how do you speak to senior people when they are in office or when they are at home in a party or something like that. While talking on this point, it becomes very important for you to separate personal and professional life.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this, I had a boss, a gentleman called Mr. Sunil Vichare. He was in Bombay Stock Exchange. He continues to remain probably one of the best bosses I ever worked with. And we were also very good dear friends. He used to pick me up every day, he used to drop me every day. And hindsight, this was like, maybe 20 years ago. I used to many a times get very upset with him on decisions which used to go against me. And I was younger then, and I used to always think that, how can he take this decision? I'm his friend. How can he do that? And he used to tell me, Neil, bhai, jara personal and professional thoda separate rakhna padta hai yaar, aisa thodi hota hai. So a great professional always has the ability to keep these two things separate and accept that these two things are separate.
Correct.
Right? So you have been a director at many institutions and I have been a teacher. We are also great friends. But you have a responsibility of a director.
Correct.
Tomorrow if you think I don't perform, It becomes your responsibility to have a communication with me and tell me, or then probably give me that negative feedback.
Right.
I should also understand your capacity as a director there.
Correct.
And actually, appreciate that.
Right.
That is one thing. Great professionals have positive attitude.
Correct.
It's very difficult working with people who are negative, sir. बचपन में एस्ट्रिक्स और ऑब्लिक्स कॉमिक्स पढ़ते थे हम लोग. ये गॉल्स बहुत स्ट्रांग थे. They could beat the shit out of the Romans. Their fear was, the sky will fall on our head.
Correct.
Right? You always like working with positive bosses. Because negativity can actually seep through so easily.
Correct.
So great professionals always have positive attitude. Great professionals are also respectful. They respect age, they respect experience, they respect rules and regulations of the organization. They respect women.
Yeah, that's it up.
Yes, they respect the fact that organization has a culture.
Yeah.
They respect nature and they respect the laws.
Great.
This is the summarization of what profession.
It's a great insights as to the professional characteristics which are concerned. Right from your appearance to be reliable, that's very important, and you need to have an emotional control, and you need spoke in terms of an ethics. You need to be organized, and as to the professional language is highlighted on that, and also you need to separate the personal and the professional aspects. Like once you're on a business, you need to be more professional, and then I think you can always be a friend. And always on top of, above all, you need to have a positive attitude and the positive mindset, which is very important as a professional. And you need to be respectful as far as the professional which are concerned. Great insights of being a professional and the professional characteristics which are there by none other than Dr. Neil Sequeira, exclusively on this ttalk ek Boond Soch ke. I'm sure it's an interesting insights to what we are getting and a meaningful learning for a ttalk audience. Watch out for a next episode with Dr. Neil Sequeira on ttalk ek Boond Soch ke. So thanks a lot for being part of this show.
Thank you very much.